This is section 3.3, using a budget. On question number 1, we have, what does an expense summary compare? So an expense summary compares the amount that you spend to the amount that you have budgeted. What does that mean? Well, it really just compares how much you spent against to what you thought you were going to spend, for example, for that month. On question number 2, we have, why do you think you would need to have an emergency fund? In this case, the answers may vary, but just to give you an idea, it is important to have an emergency fund in case something comes up, something happens, something unpredictable, such as medical bills or vehicle bills that may occur for that month, for example. Now in the concept check, on number 1, it says, find how much more or less the amount spent is than the amount budgeted. On step 1, we're just going to compare. We're just going to look at both amounts. The first one, what it was budgeted was $167.80, and what we ended up spending was $158.90. So ask yourself, is the amount spent more or less than the amount budgeted? Just by looking at it, the budgeted, or what we thought we were going to spend, was $167. What we really spent was $158. So there's a difference of about $9. So the amount spent was less than the amount budgeted. Now, how are we going to find the differences? We are going to use the two amounts we have, right? So the budgeted, this is what we're going to write here first, and that is $167.80 minus what we spent, $158.90. That is a subtraction. So now we have 167.80 minus 158.90. This is a difference of $8.90. Okay, so it's simply a subtraction between my budgeted amount and my spent amount. Okay, so now we move to the next problem. Here it says, find how much more or less the amount spent is than the amount budgeted. Okay, so we have that for May's grocery bills, Maki Hakola budgeted $176.80, but she actually spent $161.75, right? So we are going to do the same first step as the previous problem, and we're going to ask ourselves, is the amount spent more or less than the amount budgeted? So remember, we have a budgeted amount, or what we thought we were going to spend, and what we actually spent. So just by looking at it, I will say that what we spent is definitely less than what we thought we were going to pay. Now on step 2, we need our budgeted amount first. Okay, so that is what we are going to be writing right here. 176.80 minus what we actually spent. Okay, so that is 161.75. I do this on my calculator and I have 176.80 minus 161.75 cents. Yes, that gives me a total of $15.05. So now you can go ahead, look for section 3.3 on your textbook, do your homework and complete the problems 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 10, and 11.